Hello again and welcome back. My name's Annie and this is my creative detour. Today I'm going to be going through some bees and butterflies from Paper Rose Studio. I've made some beautiful card folios, so if you're interested in seeing those, stick around because I'll go through each one and show you what I did. Let's have a little look. For those of you that are regulars, you would know that I have already posted multiple projects on the Paper Rose Bees and Butterflies collection, and I'll have a link to those in the description below. For those of you that are new, welcome. It's nice to have you here, and I hope you really enjoy the video. And to the new subscribers, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the group. Now I've done two different types of card folios. I've done one that is a trifold, and that's based on the tutorial from Tiffany at Let's Get Scrappy. So I'll link her below because she does a great tutorial on how to make them and gives you all the measurements. I have tweaked it a little bit and made it my own, put a few things in a few different places, but that's the idea, isn't it? For you to get inspired by somebody else and then put a twist on it and make it your own. I also have done two that are 6x6 cards. So let's have a little look at those first. I was starting to run low on some of the supplies. For those of you that have watched, you would know that as part of May's Paper Stash Smash, ran by Debbie at Project 49 mini albums, I decided that I was going to smash all of my bees and butterflies collection this month, except for maybe some of the ephemera. I might have some of that left over. Well, when I was making these, I pretty much ran out of full 6x6 sheets. I do have some other bits and pieces left that I'll make some more cards out of, but I was running low. So I made a bit of a change. I just made two normal cards, but with pockets, because it's nice to have a pocket in a card so that you can put a gift card in it. And lots of people give gift cards or money now. These two here, they are just cards with a pocket. And I also have put in a cut apart from the 12x12. And I've also put in some little tags and a die cut photo mount. Put some double-sided tape on the back of it so that it's ready for somebody to use it. Now they can either write on this, or they can put a photo on it, or they may want to write on something else or on this little tag here. So there's a few little things put in here. This tag, I will just show you where I made that from. Okay, so for those of you that know Paper Rose, you know that on their 12x12 cover page, they give you sentiments that you can cut up on the back, and that's where I got this happy birthday to you from. But on the 6x6s, they don't do that. The back of the cover page, cover sheet is white, it's blank. So what I do is I cut this off and cut this section off. I make two small tags out of this section, and I'll show you later that, and there may be another one in here. Yes. So you can see that I've made two tags out of those pieces there. So I do try and use everything. And then I also try and use this as a slightly larger one, and I just cut off the barcode. So that's where those tags came from. Now, if you hear some children playing in the background, my grandchildren are playing in the backyard. So hopefully it's not coming through too loudly, but they're having lots of fun and I don't want to stop them for me videoing. The card works as a normal card. I have mounted the back, covered the back as well, but it's basically got a tag in it for you to put on it. If you're wrapping a gift, you can write on a little tag and it matches the card, a cut apart, and something to write on and mount. I've done this as a thank you card or a thanks card. I've used some of the leftover quick cards embossed die cuts to do the front of this, and then I just cut a thanks out of a die out of my stash. For this one, I used the cut aparts pack. Sorry about the glare, but I've got this cut aparts pack and it's got a lot in it, and I show that in my haul video. I had fussy cut out these, and you can see that you might think that they're the embossed die cuts, but they're not. They're fussy cut out, and then I have put some glossy accents onto them to give a little bit of that shine. Hopefully you can see that. I'll just move the camera and you may be able to pick that up. And I die cut out a decorative circle for the background and stuck that on. And once again, here we have a die cut photo mount or a writing spot. We have a cut apart and one of those tags from the cover sheet. And then I've just stuck in one of the sentiments that was on the back of the 12 by 12 cover sheet and some other bits of die cut. So that's that one, and that's the back. So that's those two. So now let's move into the card folio. So the purpose of these is if you're giving a gift and you're wanting to give somebody something that is slightly more than a card, you want to put a gift voucher in it, you might want to put some tickets to a concert or put something in it, and you need a little bit more space. You might want to put some photos in it of family members or of an event. Then you've got a little bit more space to do that. On the cover of this one, I've used one of the 6x6 sheets. I've cut out one of the sentiments from the back of the 12 by 12. I've cut out a green decorative circle, used one of the embossed die cuts and some of the other embossed die cuts butterflies, and I've just dotted around some of the glossy accents. I may come back and put some decorative crystals on it, but at the moment I'm kind of thinking that they're close to being done. Now when you open up this one, you can see that there's one of those bigger tags that I've made out of the cover sheet on the 6x6, and it's from down the bottom here. So you can see that I just cut it so that it's cutting off the barcode, but it's giving a decent size card. It's not annoying me that some of the images are going sideways, because if you're writing on this and you're tying it to a gift, then it's fairly likely that it's not going to be sitting perfectly straight anyway. So we have a pocket here. This one here is a lift up flap where you can put a photo, or you might want to write your message here, and it is magnetized. You can hear it. Or you might want to put something onto here and then just have it closing over. And when you open it up, you can see here that this will slide into here or this way. The butterfly is not stuck down completely. It's a tuck spot. You could write your message on that or put a photo on it, or you could write your message straight onto the background here. And then over here we have another pocket with another photo mount, die cut photo mount, and all the photo mounts I have put double-sided tape on the back, just so that the person that's using them doesn't have to worry about finding glue or something. And then just a cut apart as well. So that's one, and then it's just got a nice closure. I'll just show you the full spread in case you want to take a screenshot of the papers that I've used and where I've put them. I've tried to, especially in the trifold card folios, I've tried to keep a section in the middle here that's reasonably blank so that somebody could write on this and then use the mounts if they're wanting to for their photos or something. So that's that spread, and then I'll turn it over so you can see what I've used on the back. And just popped a tie closure on. Now this, I've done this at around about 25 centimeters, so 10.5 inches long, and it's got a section that goes into it. So before I move on, I'll just point out that I try to group things together. So for this one, it's about the butterflies. I've tried to put the butterflies or the flowers together. And then I've tried to keep the bees together so that the cards make a little bit more sense. This one here, it's a bee themed one, and I've just die cut a for you. I've tried to keep it fairly neutral in what it could be used for. So it could be used for an anniversary gift, or it could be used for a housewarming, or a birthday, or a Mother's Day, or whatever. Once again, I've put some glossy accents on them again. So you can see that in the darker spots, I am trying to put some of those glossy accents. Hopefully the camera is picking that up as I move it around. And when you open it up, it's obviously mostly bee themed with some flowers around. Once again, we have the magnetic flap that is giving you a photo spot or a spot to write your message. Then we have a large photo mount that you could put here if you wanted to, or you could use it as a writing spot. And once again, as I said, I left this center bit a little bit blank so there is writing room. There's just one of those little tags. Now this little tag I actually got off another part. I actually cut this one from my quick cards. Now obviously I've chopped it up so I don't have it to show you, but you can see on the bottom strip here, this one cuts down into, I've cut that off, that strip, and then cut it into two, and it's given me two little tags. So then I've just punched a hole in it. I have a cut apart, and once again over here a smaller photo mount, one of those smaller tags. So there's the papers that I've used on the inside of this one. And you can see I haven't put a lot of words on it because if I start putting words onto it, then it's going to pigeonhole it into a specific occasion. So for this one, with it just having for you on the front, I wanted it to be neutral of an occasion. So there's the papers for that. It's the front. There's the back. The same length for the ribbon. And you can see that on the front, I have inked all the edges in Vintage Photo. It just gives a nice edge to it. And then I've mounted that on some green cardstock. One of them I've mounted on yellow, and these ones I've mounted on glimmer gold. This one here, once again, I've kept it fairly neutral for the occasion, and I've put hello on it. So I've got a shadow die that says hello. And you can also see that I've put some glossy accents onto these fussy cut butterflies, and I've mounted it on some glimmer gold cardstock. So there's the front of that one. And like I said, you could use this for any occasion. And the back has the nice green floral on it. And we have a ribbon tie. We open up. Now this one is about flowers predominantly. I tried to make this one about the flowers. It's got a few butterflies around, but it's flower themed, and it's just got the cut apart here saying the simple things, and it's magnetized again. So you could put a photo in here, or you could write in these, whatever. It's got a cut apart, one of those little smaller tags, a die cut photo mount to go wherever. Then we have a slightly smaller die cut photo mount and one of those small tags. So there are the papers that I used for this one. I'm pretty sure I showed you the back of that, but we'll do that again. So I'm happy with how that one turned out as well. And then the last one is bee themed. So I've got a few bee themed and a few butterfly themed, and then a few that have got more flowers in. This one here has an embossed die cut. It's a beehive. And then over on here I've put some more glossy accents on, so I'll just hold that up. And then I die cut out the hello in green, the same as the other one, but I didn't put the shadow behind it. Then on the back we've got honey, jars of honey with a gold glitter mount. And then when you open it up, this one's, as you can see, heavily bee themed. And we have a bee on the lift up. Then we have one of those slightly larger tags. And I just fussy cut out this bee and stuck it there. And then here we have a cut apart, and once again, the smaller photo mount or writing spot mount. So over here I just put the jar of honey on that I fussy cut out, and this one here is actually embossed die cut. So that's how they turned out. I'm really happy with what they ended up looking like, and they'll come in very handy for gifts, perfect for mums and for birthdays of your close friends. So there we go. There's the card folios that I made out of the Paper Rose Bees and Butterflies collection. Hopefully you really liked how they turned out. I'm really happy with them, and they're super easy to make. So like I said, they're based on the tutorial from Tiffany at Let's Get Scrappy. So the link for that tutorial will be below in the description. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. I will have some more projects coming up very soon, and I will be using up the remainder of my bees and butterflies. So there'll be one more video showing what I made out of the remainder of the collection. Thanks again, and I will see you all very soon. Don't forget to thumbs up if you like the video. Bye for now.